guys, I just wanted to let you know that I decided to do a 2-night little bike packing trip on the Canal starting tomorrow. Basically, this is my 3rd week off of work right now because I've been super stressed out lately and my boss let me take some time off immediately. And I go back to work a week from tomorrow, and I'm realizing that I have no more PTO left for the year, so if I want to really go outside and take my time, I have to do it now. So I was doing some work online, looking up some bike packing to do on the Canal, because originally I wanted to go from all the way in Cumberland and then go back to DC, but there's no easy way to get to Cumberland from Baltimore unless you want to take a train to DC and then a couple of other trains to get to Cumberland. So what I've decided to do is to go to Harpers Ferry as a happy medium. And there is a train that goes from Washington, DC to Harpers Ferry. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow I'm gonna be taking an afternoon train to DC, which is an hour, and then I have to wait 20 minutes, and then I'll be taking another train to Harpers Ferry, which I think is like an hour and a half. And then from there I'll probably just bike pack maybe like 5 or 10 miles on the Canal, something really easy. And then set up camp for the night because it'll be like, 9 o'clock by the time I get to my campsite. And this is a very impromptu bike packing trip. I would just do something that's from Tuesday morning to Wednesday afternoon, but the only trains available to get to Harpers Ferry leave in the afternoon from DC. I guess it's because of commuting patterns. So I'm going to be taking an afternoon train, like I said, to get to Harpers Ferry because the earliest train is at 3:30 p.m., which I guess makes sense if people are commuting to DC and they're taking the train back home. But yeah, this will be my first time making a YouTube video while traveling. This is only a short, little adventure, so we'll see how this goes. It's kind of a test run, but I'm excited to bring you all with me on this little bike packing trip. Alrighty, so I have decided to go to the grocery store and get some food for camping tomorrow. I have my lovely new backpack and my new Birkenstock on, and I am ready to go get some pre-made food for camping. Alrighty guys, pardon the mess on the dining room table. But this is pretty much everything I'm gonna bring, I think, for my 2-night packing trip over the Canal. This should be enough considering I'm not biking more than 80 miles over the course of 2 days. So I'm not worried about being starving on the trip. And there is no elevation at all. And this is the final product. Alrighty guys, I just came from the train station and I have arrived in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Alrighty guys, I just made it to Harpers Ferry a second ago and I went to find the Canal, and look at this beautiful view behind me. The sun sets in about half an hour, so I gotta get moving, but I just wanted to share this view with all of you. I really can't get over this view right now, and this is also being recorded on my iPhone 12 and it looks amazing. So I have no idea what you guys can see right now, but I'm trying to give you all a big picture. This is Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, and it's really beautiful. Alrighty, so I have this big staircase to go down to get to the canal, and I'm gonna see if I can try and record while carrying my bike. So okay. Let's do this. This is actually working out a lot better than I thought it was going to. For context, I did take the panniers off because it would have been way too heavy, but it's a steel bike, so it is heavy to begin with. And I made it. Oh, sorry about that. I'm really happy, everyone. I am on the Canal. It is beautiful outside. The sun is making everything glow on the water. Oh my God. This is what life is about. I gotta do this more often. Oh man. This is why I love bike packing so much. Sometimes bike packing can really do a number on you and make you hate everything, but moments like this right now is what makes bike packing so awesome. I just can't get over the beauty that I'm surrounded by right now. I mean, it's golden hour. It's golden hour for the trees. Oh man. This is gonna be a good couple of days for myself. Y'all, so this guy right here, this deer or elk or whatever, was on the path and he just skirted right off. I hardly saw him, but watch out for wildlife, everyone. Oh, poor guy. Alrighty, good morning everyone. It is about 8:30 a.m. on this lovely Tuesday morning. I am about at mile marker 54, I think, on the C&O Canal, and I woke up about half an hour ago, around 8 o'clock, and this has been an interesting bike packing trip so far. I knew I was gonna get here late at night and I was prepared to have to set things up in the dark, which I was okay with. But I forgot some stuff on this bike packing trip. Namely, I forgot my sleeping bag. And it is getting kind of cold out, so forgetting a sleeping bag is a pretty big deal. You know, but I did manage to bring my fancy coffee French press thermos. But I didn't bring a sleeping bag, and it was all right. I did bring a sleeping bag liner, and I used this tarp that I'm sitting on right now as a blanket, so I cocooned myself with that in my tent. And I was wearing like all of my clothing. Right now I'm wearing 4 layers. I have a sweater, and then I have a t-shirt on top, and then I have my flannel, and then I have another t-shirt on top, and then I have my hat, and then I have my leggings, and I have 2 pairs of cotton socks and my wool socks on top. But I just didn't bring a sleeping bag, and I think it's because I planned this trip in less than 48 hours, so it's a little bit chaotic and impromptu, but you know, it made it work. I only woke up like 3 times kind of cold, so I think that's a win. But yeah, you know, you make do with what you get and you learn from your mistakes. I also thought I left my stakes at home, but when I started using some branches as fake stakes, And then I went back to my bike. I found my sticks, so I didn't end up using them because at that point I already had the sticks in the ground. And then the last thing I forgot, which is something I always forget and I hate myself for it, is hand sanitizer. Whenever I travel or go camping, half the time I forget hand sanitizer, and that's like the worst thing to forget. So I don't have hand sanitizer, which is a big bummer. I do have like body wash, which I suppose that I should use that. I have a nice warm cup of coffee with me, and it's a beautiful morning. I did not freeze to death last night. Unfortunately, I will not be camping again tonight because it's going to be a little bit colder, and quite frankly, I was a bit cold last night, so I don't think I can handle it getting any colder tomorrow night, but it's alright. It's only like a 55-60 mile ride back to Union Station from here, and it's entirely flat, so it's going to be a walk in the park, and I'm just going to take it really slow, make it a very leisurely bike ride. So what would take maybe like 6 hours total with breaks, I'm gonna make it take like 8 or 9, honestly, because I have plenty of time. There's no rush for me to get back home. Oh, and also, so right before I left for this, I had some people on the Warm Showers app message me if they could stay for 2 nights. I'm excited to go meet them tonight. They're gonna get there probably a couple hours before I do because I plan on getting home around like 7, 8, or 9 o'clock. They're probably gonna get there in like the mid-afternoon if I had to guess. So I'm really excited to meet them. They are a bike traveling couple, going from Montreal to I think they're just going like from north to south in the US on the East Coast if I had to guess. But I'm really excited to meet them. But yeah, good morning and welcome to the C&O Canal. Alrighty guys, another thing that I do when I go camping is for breakfast I make myself a little oatmeal mix and I put it in a reusable bag. This has oats, raisins, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and I think that's it. But this is enough for 2 days at least, but I'll just be using like half of it for breakfast this morning, so I'm not gonna be camping again tonight. But yes, pro tip is make your own little oatmeal mix and put it in a reusable bag. It's a really great way to have breakfast ready to go when you're camping. I've made it to Georgetown, Washington, D.C., which is the end of the C&O Canal, and I'm just taking a quick 5-minute break before I go to Union Station. Alrighty guys, I am back from my bike packing trip. It did ended up being only one night because like I said earlier, I didn't have a sleeping bag. And it was a bit chaotic of a trip because I did have almost everything that I needed for it, but I just put them in the most illogical places in my panniers. So I thought I lost a bunch of things and I thought I forgot a bunch of things, but I actually just put it in really stupid places. But anyways, I made it back home safe and sound, and my warm showers guests were here waiting, and they cooked dinner, which was really nice. And this is the day after now, and my warm showers guests are now taking a look around Baltimore City because I gave them a little itinerary, and they'll be staying here for last night and tonight. But yeah, that was my overnight bike packing trip on the C&O Canal from Harpers Ferry to Washington, D.C. And I hope you found this helpful. I hope that some of the random clips that I had in there really paint like an intimate picture of what it's like to go bike packing, specifically on the C&O Canal. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a comment down below or a like or subscribe or anything, because I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram and my TikTok, which are both at Living by Bike. So if you want to go over there and see any more of my content, feel free. And thank you for watching.